What's up YouTube, it's your boy back at you again with another video. Way to Marvel, and today we're going to be talking about Kamala Khan as far as the Marvel's Avengers game title goes. And with Kamala Khan, you know, they just released a clip and it looks pretty good. I mean, she's stretching, she's using her abilities. They're showing the Miz kind of hit her on M Day, or not M Day, fucking A Day, that's what they're calling it, or fucking in the Avengers game, like this event happens where they're, you know, thinking, you see the trailers, and then the Terrigen Mist come out and she gets her powers, and that's really cool because she's an Inhuman, so it works. You know, it's not like they're, you know, refuting the origin, or they're not putting what you want as far as that character goes. If you're a fan of the character, I'm not a fan of the character, and that's what brings us to today's topic. It's like, why do we need a Kamala Khan in, you know, a Miss Marvel inside this game? You know, I don't even like the lineup as it is because it's the movie lineup, and I feel like overall, yeah, you know, the Avengers are popular because of the movies. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, they're C-list characters. I mean, who would have ever thought there would have been a world where we live in, and there's gonna be fucking Avengers are gonna be more popular than the Justice League, which had an animated series which was phenomenal. And on top of that, they're the first characters, and you know, the Avengers are ripoff, but I do like the Avengers. I do like them. I do think that they're cool. I do think that a lot of characters are really unique and interesting. But as far as the team goes, they're just pretty much basing the game on the film, which it makes sense. I mean, would you really put characters that don't have the spotlight on the game? It's like, but then the same right, you can say the same for Kamala Khan. That's what they're doing with Kamala Khan. Kamala Khan is on the game, you know? She's on the game and she's going to be spotlighted. And as you all know, we're also getting a Disney Plus series with Kamala Khan titled Miss Marvel, which will be her own series, and that's coming out. So it's like you're already pushing the character on the game. And this is what they usually do when they usually want to introduce something new or something crazy or something like against what people would expect out of Marvel, especially as their fan base goes. They push them on a certain media, like whether it's the game, a shitty Disney XD show, you know, that's what they usually do. And this is what they're doing. They're pushing their character. They're getting people ready. They're getting younger readers, younger audiences, people that don't know the character, people who don't care about the shit that we care about. They're getting those people ready for that show, and those people are going to fall in love with that show because they're going to be like, wow, like this character is cool in this game. And I think she looks really amazing in the gameplay. I really do. I think there's nothing you can really take from her. I mean, the costumes look good. The art team did their job with the character. The characters do look really interesting. I mean, these guys look like they use the same kind of animation style that I would say Injustice 2 used, because that's the same, because they look really close. They look really close. I'll say that Injustice 2 still looks a little better, but it's the same team to me. Like it looks like the same art style. So I think that it's cool. I mean, she looks good. She's using her power. She gets the mist on A Day. I mean, that's cool. I guess they're not refuting the origin. That's great. And it's just weird because it's like, why would you give Miss Marvel? Why do we have to push characters that no one cares about, that no one wants, that just attracts younger readers? And why is it always the kids, the younger audience, I mean, of course, that is the next generation of Marvel fans. You want to appease to the next generation of Marvel fans, but what about the older generation? What about the OGs? What about the people that actually, you know, are the reason for why you're where you're at, you know? I'm not to say that I'm the biggest Marvel fan, because I sure ain't. You know, I like me some Marvel, you know, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know, they do what they do. I mean, everything's about money, everything's about this and that, and I think that it is a very smart business move to put her in the thing, especially, you know, she's got a show coming out. But overall, as a Marvel fan, I do not want to see her character before Night Thrasher, before, you know, a lot of other characters. I mean, hell, you got the X-Men, and you know, that's another thing too. They have the X-Men characters. Why don't we just get like some X-Men? Why don't we push those characters? Let's push the X-Men, because we haven't seen the X-Men spotlight or in anything good since a long time. I mean, they had a couple of good video games, but even still, it's like they haven't been in the spotlight, you know, because of the whole Fox thing and all this stuff and this and that and merchandising and, you know, whatever. But it's like, just, I don't know, I mean, just stop pushing these characters that no one cares about, like a lady female Thor. We don't need that in Thor 4. We don't even need a Thor 4. And then they have Miss Marvel. We don't need a Miss Marvel. We didn't even like Captain Marvel. Why the fuck would we want a Miss Marvel? You know? If anything, you know, looking at the backlash of Captain Marvel and dealing with Brie Larson as a fucking actor and as a person, why don't we look at that situation and say, well, we can't go through that again. Let's go and get somebody else, or let's go touch somebody else within Cosmic Marvel, because we need to test out Cosmic Marvel. Or even, you know, if they're playing around with Inhumans, which Kamala Khan is an Inhuman, why don't we test out another Inhuman? For instance, Black Bolt just had a great run. Why don't we just take Black Bolt, give him a game, follow the comic book, boom, wada bam, you know, make that shit into something. I don't know. It's like, just use other characters. Like, we don't want SJW, identity politics. We don't need all that stuff. And this is coming from a black guy, you know. I don't want to see all that bullshit, and it's not important, and I don't care. I mean, it's just, what's the point of that, you know? But yeah, that's just my video for today. I just had a little mini little rant. Rambling. Scrambling, man.